All right, with Ron Kidd of the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles run. First of all, big win for you today. I'll just go ahead and get on the Jalen Walton thing here, and he had 29 points, 19 in the third. How long has it been since you've seen a quarter like that from a player?
That's been quite a while since seeing a player put up that many points in one quarter.
19 is usually a nice game.
That's a nice game, but I thought the first half, I thought he could have did the same thing, but I thought he woke up at third quarter and did a good job.
I told him, he said that the coach told me I wasn't playing hard. So, it seems like every time that happens, he comes out inspired and does something. I said, look, man, if you're at the state tournament, Ron might be paying people to tell you how terrible you are. Because when he is right in the head about the game of playing hard, he can't be stopped.
I think with him, a lot of it's in his head. Coach Lewis and even Coach Folks had to get on him pretty tough at halftime, and they did a good job. And, that made him lock in that third quarter, and I thought he did a good job because there wasn't nobody out there that could match up with him and stop him.
No, that's one area they were lacking, and it kind of looked like near the, he didn't even play the whole quarter. He came out with a couple of minutes left in the quarter, but had 19 at that point. And then in the first half, you got Zy Hawthorne back in the lineup after his sickness. Hits 4 threes, I think. Kobe Dillon, another one with 4. You were really shooting the ball good outside. So how do you go from having all those threes to the next half, everything's inside and scoring easy layups?
Well, I thought, maybe we always like starting on the inside out.
Inside out, yeah.
But they started outside in. The first half, I thought we were wide open, had good looks, and I thought Zy played a heck of a game. He hit his wide open shots, and I thought he made some great passes. Kobe also shot the ball extremely well.
Well, that's another thing, and maybe the best thing that you did, and you did the same thing, I think, I think it might have been Shady the last game we played. It's been a while since you guys have played. But sharing the ball. I mean, there was always the extra pass. There are several instances you could cite in that first half. How happy are you about the way the ball movement went tonight? I mean, it was every extra pass if they needed it, or it was inside for an easy score. I'm sure they had a lot of assists again.
This is the type of game that you could have got greedy and say, well, I'm going to try to get mine. But I thought our kids shared the ball extremely well, passed it well, and they tried to make that extra pass to get it to a guy that might have had a better shot. So I think they were saying one more. I think guys had an open look that they could have shot, but they made the extra pass to get the great shot.
How concerned were you the fact you haven't played in 11 days or so? The last game was your win over Shady. Though you haven't played since then. How concerned were you that you might come out maybe a little flat rather than the way you started, which was quick and with energy? And with, were you a little concerned coming in that layoff would hurt you?
Was very concerned about that, Dave. Even with that, we had 2 days where we couldn't practice. So that makes you concerned. You don't know how kids going to respond, in a game situation. But the days that we did practice, I thought we had great practice time. We got great practice time in, and I think that kind of showed tonight.
You got to play everyone. Oh, that's probably always a nice thing for a coach. I know you already probably should have tried to get some more guys in. Well, you ran them all in tonight. Were you happy, especially after a layoff like that, when maybe the legs aren't where they need to be because you haven't played games?
Well, anytime you can get everybody in, Dave, it's a good thing. Even though the other guys didn't really get to play because we didn't have a JV game tonight because they had some kids that were sick. So it's just fortunate that we were able to get our other kids in, and I thought they did a good job.
And I think I may have asked you this, Sebastian. Can you remember the last time the player had 29? Did you have a guy last year? Did Hawthorne have a game with 29 or something? Around 30?
I think he did have a good game like that, close to 30. I think down in South Charleston he did. And I think Radford had a good game like that too, maybe 25 or something like that. But the way Jalen scored his, it came in a bunch. I thought our kids did a good job getting him the ball in the right position.
Because there were several steals there in succession. I mean, really, it kind of just went way south for those guys in the third quarter when you guys started getting the ball inside to him, and nobody could match up with him.
I thought we got some steals. You know, we was in our 41. We got some steals, and I thought they looked for Jalen on the inside. They could have took the shot, but they played very unselfish basketball.
What do you think after a 11 day, whatever it was, layoff? I think it was 11 days. How do you figure that they were able to play like that? I mean, was it the practices that you did? I think Walton chalked it up to practices. We've been working hard to get back. I mean, well, usually after an 11-day layoff, you're a little flat.
Yeah, this is a good bunch of kids that they work extremely hard when we do practice. And I think even when we didn't get to practice, I think this type of team, they'll go somewhere and they'll get shots up. They really work on their game extremely hard.
Well, that's one thing that I know that it has, over the last 3 or 4 years, you haven't been sure that they were willing to put in that kind of work to play Beckley style basketball. Are you seeing good things now that you really like? Is this team a little bit different than the last 2, 3 years?
Yeah, this team's a little bit different. They kind of know how to work, and they will work to try to get better.
Okay, Ron, I appreciate it. Great job by your guys tonight.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.